All right, this is a install for hood struts on a 2015 through 2022 Ford Mustang. So when you get the box, it comes with the struts, a couple washers, the mounting bolts, brackets that are going to go on the hood, and then this little contraption is for getting the bolts underneath the fender, which you're going to put this in. You're going to need a 10mm socket, a 12mm wrench, and a 13mm wrench. All right, we're going to start on the driver's side. So if you have the hood up, you're on the driver's side. There are two bolts on the bracket that holds the hood in place. You're going to remove the top bolt, which is a 10mm. You're going to remove that to install the bracket that came with the kit. So this is the bracket that you're going to use to mount here. So you're going to remove the 10mm bolt and you're going to replace it with this bracket and then reinstall the bolt. So whenever you're doing this, make sure that the eyelet is on the outward side of the hood, so that way you can install the eyelet for the strut, and not to hammer that down tight, so that way you have a little bit of adjustability whenever you go to line them up so that your hood closes. All right, so you're going to install the bolt through the eyelet into the washer with the bolt. This bolt is the 12mm and this one's the 13mm. Once you are installed, it is going to look just like this. All right, so this next part, you get this little wire contraption that has your bolts, your bolts. That's what the screw is going to go into. Sorry. So essentially, this is what you're going to have. This is going to go into that. But the thing is, you have to go through this hole, and that needs to be bent so that you can line it up with this hole that is already there. So what me and Andy are gonna do is we are gonna cut this in half just to make this easier on us. You don't have to do this, but we feel like this is gonna be easier for us to do the install. So just to show you what we're going to do, it's going to go in through this hole that is already in your car, and you're going to bring it back to this hole. So you just want to put a little bend in this, just to make it a little easier on yourself to line up that hole. So we're going to put that through. And once we get our line down here, and that just pulls right off, and now you just tighten this down, and then that's what the strut is going to mount on from here to here. And that was also a 12mm bolt is what you're going to need, or a 12mm wrench is what you'll need to tighten that down. All right, so like we said, this is what it's going to look like just before you install the hood strut. So you have the one on the fender, and you're going to have the one on the hood bracket. And this is exactly the way it should look before you install the hood strut. So we have the hood strut. We're going to install it with the piston part towards the hood. And all you should have to do is pop them into place. And that is it. Now the only thing we're gonna have to do, obviously we're gonna have to do it on the other side. And on the other side, there is a little bit of difference. Not that the install is different, but you have the battery cover is in the way. So you're gonna have to remove a couple little screws here, probably here, maybe one here, and maybe one here, just to be able to peel this back enough to get into the area that you need to work. So again, we're gonna go in through here, put that little nut underneath through the hole, put the bolt in, and then again, it's the front bolt on the hood bracket. So right there, and you just do the process again. And that is the install of hood struts on a Ford Mustang 2015 to 2022.